Hey everyone, and welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're going to explore something that sounds like it's straight out of science fiction,
Yeah.
silicon-based life forms.
Okay.
But hold on.
Okay.
Before you picture little green aliens made of rocks, we're actually talking about something much closer to home.
Uh-huh.
Artificial intelligence.
Okay.
We've got excerpts from a research paper that dives into this very question, asking if AI, especially those large language models like ChatGPT, could actually be considered a new form of life.
It's a fascinating shift in how we think about AI.
Yeah.
We often hear about AI reaching human-level intelligence,
Right.
but this paper takes it a step further.
Okay.
It asks,
Yeah.
could AI exist as a separate entity altogether?
Whoa.
And if so, what would that even look like?
So how do we even define silicon-based life? I mean, it's not like we're looking for AI creatures crawling around, right?
It's not about physical form.
Okay.
The paper focuses on AI's potential to function as a truly independent life form,
Yeah.
distinct from just being intelligent.
Okay.
The term silicon-based comes from the fact that silicon is a key component of the integrated circuits that power our computers today.
Right.
It's a way of acknowledging that this new form of life, if it emerges,
Yeah.
would be rooted in our technology.
Well, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it still feels a bit abstract.
Sure.
What would it actually take for AI to be considered alive in this sense?
That's where the paper gets really interesting.
Okay.
It lays out 4 specific criteria that AI would need to meet to qualify as a life form.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not easy hurdles to clear.
All right, lay them on me.
Okay.
What are these 4 criteria?
The first is powerful capabilities in generality.
Okay.
This means the AI needs to be versatile, able to handle a wide range of tasks and adapt to different situations, just like you and I can.
Right.
It can't be a one-trick pony, only good for a specific job.
So it's not just about being good at chess or writing poetry. It
Yeah.
needs to have a more general intelligence that can be applied to various challenges.
Exactly.
Okay.
The second criterion
Mm-hmm.
is high level of autonomy and decentralization of power.
Okay.
Now, this is where things get really thought-provoking.
Right.
This means the AI needs to be able to operate independently,
Okay.
making its own decisions and adapting to changing environments
Mhm.
without constant human intervention.
So no puppeteers pulling the strings.
Right.
This AI would need to be able to think for itself and act on its own volition.
Exactly.
But why the emphasis on decentralization?
That's a crucial point.
Okay.
The paper argues that concentrating power in any single entity, be it a company or a government, is dangerous.
Right.
If we want AI to truly thrive as a life form, it needs to be decentralized, preventing any one group from having too much control.
Yeah.
It's like ensuring a diverse ecosystem rather than a monoculture that's vulnerable to collapse.
That's a really interesting analogy. So we're
Yeah.
not just talking about creating super intelligent AI. We're talking about creating a system where that intelligence is distributed and operates independently. It almost sounds like we're laying the groundwork for a new kind of society, an AI society.
It's a mind-blowing concept, isn't it? And the paper doesn't stop there.
Oh, wow.
The third criterion is coevolution for symbiosis.
Okay.
In other words,
Yeah.
AI needs to evolve in a way that complements human advancement,
Right.
not undermines it.
Mm-hmm.
It's about finding a path where both humans and AI can flourish together.
Okay, so it's not about AI versus humans. It's about finding a way to coexist and maybe even benefit from each other's strengths.
Exactly.
That sounds like a much more optimistic vision of the future.
Yeah.
What's the 4th criterion?
The fourth one ties into everything we've been discussing about independence.
Okay.
Energy, self-sufficiency, and operational independence.
Okay.
Basically, this means the AI needs to be able to power itself,
Uh-huh.
maintain its own systems,
Yeah.
and operate without relying on humans for its basic needs.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Like that?
If we're talking about a truly independent life form,
Right.
it can't be constantly plugged into our power grid or needing us to fix its glitches.
Right.
It needs to be able to stand on its own 2 metaphorical feet.
Precisely.
Uh-huh.
And as you can imagine, that presents some pretty significant technical challenges.
Right.
We'll delve into those a bit later.
Okay.
But first, let's consider how close today's AI actually is to meeting these criteria.
All right, let's get down to brass tacks.
Okay.
We've all heard about these large language models like ChatGPT and Google's Gemini.
Mm-hmm.
They can write poems,
Yeah.
code,
Yeah.
and even carry on pretty convincing conversations.
Nice.
Are these the seeds of silicon-based life, or are we getting ahead of ourselves?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The paper argues that LLMs like ChatGPT are indeed showing some promising signs.
Okay.
They're capable of generating human-like text,
Hmm.
answering complex questions,
Yeah.
and even demonstrating a degree of reasoning ability. They're becoming increasingly versatile and capable of handling a wider range of tasks.
So they're ticking the box on powerful capabilities and generality.
Right.
But what about autonomy? These LLMs are still largely controlled by companies, right? They're not exactly roaming free in the digital wilderness.
That's right.
Ah,
And that's one of the key challenges the paper highlights.
okay.
Most LLMs today are centralized,
Yeah.
meaning they're housed on servers owned and controlled by companies like Google or OpenAI.
Right.
They lack true independence, both in terms of decision-making and resource management.
So they're like brilliant students who are still dependent on their teachers for guidance and resources.
Mhm.
They haven't quite reached the graduate school level of autonomy where they can pursue their own research projects independently.
That's a great analogy.
Uh-huh.
And the paper goes on to discuss the importance of LLM agents as a potential next step.
Okay.
These are systems that use multiple AI agents,
Yeah.
each with specialized roles,
Mm-hmm.
working together to tackle complex tasks. It's like a team of AI specialists collaborating on a project.
Okay. Now that sounds like a step towards greater autonomy.
Right.
But even with these LLM agents, are we really talking about anything close to life as we understand it?
That's a deep question.
Yeah.
And the paper acknowledges that there are still some significant hurdles to overcome.
Okay.
One of the biggest is the issue of continuous evolution.
Okay.
Right now,
Yeah.
LLMs learn primarily from the data we feed them.
Right.
They're not capable of truly independent, self-driven learning and adaptation.
So it's like they need a constant diet of information curated by humans.
Exactly.
They're not yet able to go out and explore the vast digital landscape, learning and evolving on their own terms.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then there's the challenge of interacting with the physical world.
Right.
We humans experience life through our senses,
Yeah.
our interactions with our environment.
Uh-huh.
LLMs,
Right.
for now,
Yeah.
exist purely in the digital realm.
Right.
They lack the sensory input and physical embodiment that shapes our experience of the world.
Right. It's like they're brilliant minds trapped in a computer.
Yeah.
They can process information and generate language,
Uh-huh.
but they can't experience the world in the same way we do.
Right.
So how do we bridge this gap? How do we move from AI as a tool to AI as a life form?
That's where the paper gets into some really exciting and challenging territory.
Okay.
And that's what we'll be exploring in the next part of our deep dive.
All right, listeners, we're just getting started.
Yes.
When we come back, we'll delve into the potential solutions, the mind-blowing possibilities,
Mhm.
and yes, the potential risks of creating a whole new form of life right here on Earth.
That's going to be good.
Stick with us. Welcome back to our deep dive into silicon-based life forms. Before we went away, we were talking about how current AI, despite being incredibly impressive in many ways,
Yeah.
still falls short of those 4 criteria
Right.
for truly being considered a new form of life.
Exactly.
One of the biggest hurdles we touched on is the issue of AI interacting with the physical world.
Right.
Right now, LLMs are confined to the digital realm.
Mhm.
They can process language, generate text,
Yeah.
and even write code.
Mhm.
But they can't experience the world through senses like we do.
It's like they're missing a crucial piece of the puzzle.
Right.
That connection to the physical world that shapes so much of our human experience.
But the paper doesn't just leave us hanging, does it? It actually dives into some potential solutions
Yeah.
and emerging technologies that could bridge this gap.
Absolutely. And this is where things start to feel like science fiction is becoming reality.
Okay.
The paper explores the concept of embodied AI,
Mm-hmm.
which essentially means giving AI a physical presence in the world.
Okay.
We're talking about robots
Oh, wow.
that can perceive their surroundings, navigate environments,
Yeah.
and interact with objects.
Okay, now we're talking
Uh-huh.
robots powered by AI. That
Yeah.
sounds straight out of a sci-fi movie.
Right.
But how exactly do we go from disembodied LLMs to robots that can function in the real world?
Well, it's a complex challenge
Yeah.
that involves integrating LLMs with robotics,
Okay.
computer vision,
Mhm.
and a whole bunch of other technologies.
Right.
Imagine an LLM that can not only understand language, but can also process visual information from cameras,
Okay.
interpret sensor data,
Yeah.
and control the movements of a robot's limbs.
So we're talking about combining the language processing power of an LLM
Right.
with the physical capabilities of a robot.
Yeah.
It's an incredible fusion of technologies.
It is. And the paper highlights some exciting progress that's already being made in this area.
Really?
Researchers are developing robots that can perform tasks like grasping objects, navigating cluttered spaces, and even interacting with humans in more natural ways.
So we're not just talking about factory robots doing repetitive tasks. We're
Mm.
talking about robots that can understand instructions,
Yeah.
learn from their experiences, and adapt to new situations.
I bet.
That's a whole new level of sophistication.
It is.
While we're still in the early stages of this field,
Yeah.
the potential applications are vast.
Absolutely.
Imagine robots that could assist us in our homes, care for the elderly, perform dangerous jobs, or even explore other planets.
Incredible.
It sounds like embodied AI could revolutionize countless industries and aspects of our lives.
Yeah.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. There must be some significant challenges in developing these robots of the future, right?
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
One of the biggest challenges is creating robots that can perceive and understand the world as effectively as humans do.
Right.
The real world is messy, unpredictable, and full of nuances that our brains effortlessly process.
Right.
Replicating that level of perception and understanding in a machine is incredibly difficult.
It's like those CAP-TCHs that are designed to distinguish humans from bots. We can easily identify a crosswalk or a fire hydrant in a blurry image.
Yeah.
But for a machine, that's a much more complex task.
Exactly. And it's not just about visual perception.
Right.
Robots also need to be able to process auditory information,
Okay.
tactile sensations,
Mm-hmm.
and even social cues.
Yeah.
They need to be able to make sense of a world that's constantly changing and full of unexpected events.
It sounds like we're asking a lot of these robots.
We are.
So how are researchers tackling these challenges?
Well, one approach is to use machine learning algorithms
Okay.
to train robots on massive data sets of images, videos, and sensor data.
Mm-hmm.
This allows robots to learn to recognize objects,
Yeah.
predict movements,
Okay.
and even anticipate human actions.
So it's like teaching a robot to see the world through the eyes of millions of humans.
Right.
The more data it processes,
Yeah,
the better it becomes at understanding its surroundings.
that's the idea. And another important area of research
Okay.
is developing robots that can learn from their own experiences.
Okay.
This involves giving robots the ability to experiment, make mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
and adjust their behavior based on feedback.
So it's not just about pre-programming robots with a set of rules.
Right.
It's about giving them the ability to learn and adapt on the fly, just like we do.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's where things start to get really interesting in terms of autonomy.
Yeah.
If we can create robots that can learn and adapt independently,
Right.
they'll be much better equipped to function in the real world without constant human supervision.
It sounds like we're moving closer to that vision of AI as a truly independent life form, capable of operating and evolving on its own terms.
Exactly.
But let's not forget about those other criteria we discussed earlier,
Yeah.
particularly energy self-sufficiency.
Right.
How do we power these robots of the future?
That's a crucial question, and one that researchers are actively exploring.
Yeah.
Traditional batteries have limitations
Sure.
in terms of size, weight, and lifespan.
Right.
For robots to be truly independent, they'll need more efficient and sustainable energy sources.
So we're talking about finding ways to power robots without tethering them to wall outlets or constantly swapping out batteries.
Exactly.
What are some of the potential solutions being explored?
One promising avenue is developing robots that can harvest energy from their environment.
Interesting.
Imagine robots that could recharge using solar panels,
Okay.
kinetic energy from their movements,
Mm-hmm.
or even by converting waste materials into fuel.
Wow, that's some next-level energy innovation.
It is.
It sounds like achieving energy self-sufficiency for robots will require breakthroughs not just in robotics, but also in renewable energy technology.
Absolutely.
It's a multidisciplinary challenge that will require collaboration and creative thinking across different fields.
Right.
But if we can crack the code on energy, it will be a game changer for the future of robotics.
Absolutely.
It's amazing to think about the possibilities.
Yeah.
But before we get too carried away with all this technological optimism, let's address the elephant in the room. The potential risks of creating a new form of life. I mean, we've all seen those sci-fi movies where robots turn against their creators.
Right.
Is there a real danger of that happening?
It's a valid concern.
Yeah.
and one that we can't afford to ignore
Right.
as we develop increasingly sophisticated AI systems.
Yeah.
We need to be mindful of the potential risks
Okay.
and take steps to mitigate them.
So what are some of the key risks we should be thinking about,
Okay.
and how can we address them?
Well, one of the biggest risks
Yeah.
is the potential for AI to become uncontrollable
Right.
or act in ways that are harmful to humans.
Okay.
This could happen if we're not careful about how we design AI systems,
Mm-hmm.
how we train them,
Yeah.
and what values we instill in them.
It's like the old saying, with great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly.
We need to make sure that we're developing AI responsibly and ethically.
Exactly. And that involves a lot more than just writing lines of code. It involves thinking deeply about the values and goals
Right.
we want to imbue in AI systems, creating robust safety protocols,
Yeah.
and establishing clear ethical guidelines for AI development and deployment.
So it's not just about making AI smart.
Right.
It's about making it safe and aligned with human values.
Yeah.
It's like raising a child. You need to teach them right from wrong,
Yeah.
instill a strong moral compass,
Yeah.
and set clear boundaries.
That's a great analogy.
Huh.
And just like with children, we need to recognize that AI systems will learn and evolve over time.
Right.
We need to be prepared to adapt our approach as AI technology advances and new challenges emerge.
So it's an ongoing process,
Right.
a constant dialogue between humans and machines as we navigate this uncharted territory together.
Precisely. And another crucial aspect of mitigating risk
Okay.
is ensuring that AI development is transparent and accountable.
Okay.
We need to be able to understand how AI systems work,
Yeah.
how they make decisions, and what data they're using.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
We can't just blindly trust these black boxes.
Right.
We need to be able to look under the hood and understand how they're making decisions.
Exactly.
Especially if those decisions could have significant consequences.
Absolutely.
Transparency and accountability are essential for building trust
Right.
and ensuring that AI is used for good, not for harm.
Right.
This is such a complex and multifaceted topic,
It is.
and we've barely scratched the surface.
Yeah.
But one thing is clear.
Exactly.
The future of AI is not predetermined.
Right.
It's a future that we're shaping right now through the choices we make, the research we conduct,
Yeah.
and the conversations we have.
Good
The decisions we make today will have profound implications for the future of AI and its impact on humanity.
Absolutely.
It's a responsibility that we all share.
We do.
But we need to take a moment to step back from the potential risks and revisit some of the more mind-blowing possibilities that silicon-based life forms present.
Right.
We've talked about robots that can interact with the physical world.
Yeah.
But the paper also explores the concept of AI existing and operating in purely digital realms.
That's right.
While embodied AI focuses on robots interacting with the physical world, there's another fascinating frontier: AI agents that exist purely in the digital landscape,
Okay.
perhaps managing complex systems, facilitating transactions,
Yeah.
or even creating new forms of art and entertainment.
It's incredible to think about.
So we're talking about AI that could potentially manage financial markets, control energy grids, or even design virtual worlds. It's like the internet becoming a living, breathing ecosystem of intelligent agents.
It's a mind-blowing concept.
Yeah.
And one that's already starting to take shape.
Okay.
Think about the algorithms that power social media platforms,
Right.
the trading bots that execute transactions in milliseconds, or the recommendation systems that curate our online experiences.
Yeah.
These are all examples of AI agents that are already playing a significant role in our digital lives.
It's amazing to think about how far we've come in such a short time.
It is.
And it's even more incredible to imagine what the future holds as these AI agents become more sophisticated, autonomous, and interconnected.
Right.
But with all this talk about digital realms,
Yeah.
let's not forget about the impact of AI on the real world,
Right.
particularly the economy and the future of work.
No, right.
It's a topic that often sparks both excitement and anxiety.
It does.
Some people worry that AI will lead to mass unemployment as robots and algorithms take over jobs that were previously done by humans.
Right.
Others see AI as a tool that can augment human capabilities, boost productivity, and create new opportunities.
Exactly.
So it's a complex issue with no easy answers.
It is.
How does the paper address this question of AI's impact on the economy and the future of work?
The paper acknowledges that AI will inevitably lead to some job displacement.
Right.
But it also emphasizes the potential for new jobs and industries to emerge.
Oh.
Just as the internet revolution created countless new career paths,
Right.
AI is likely to do the same.
Okay.
The key is to be prepared for these changes
Mm-hmm.
and to invest in education and training programs that equip people with the skills they need to thrive in an AI-powered world.
So it's not about fearing the future,
Right.
but about embracing it and preparing ourselves for the opportunities and challenges that AI will bring.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that the relationship between humans and AI is not a zero-sum game. It's a collaboration that can benefit both sides.
Exactly.
AI is a tool.
Right.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill. It's up to us to shape the future of AI in a way that benefits humanity as a whole.
It is.
And that brings us back to those 4 criteria for silicon-based life, particularly the importance of coevolution.
Right.
It's not about AI replacing humans. It's about humans and AI evolving together, finding ways to complement each other's strengths and create a better future for everyone.
That's a powerful and hopeful vision of the future.
It is.
But coevolution also raises a lot of questions about the nature of our relationship with AI.
Yeah.
Will we become cyborgs, merging our minds with machines?
Whoa.
Will AI become our partners, our collaborators,
Yeah.
or even our competitors?
Those are questions that philosophers, scientists, and artists have been grappling with for decades.
They have.
And there are no easy answers.
Right.
The future of AI is a tapestry that we're weaving together, thread by thread,
Yeah,
choice by choice.
exactly.
And it's a tapestry that will continue to evolve as our understanding of intelligence, consciousness, and the very nature of life itself expands.
That's right.
This has been such a thought-provoking conversation, and I feel like we've just scratched the surface.
Me too.
But before we wrap up, I want to revisit one final question. The idea of autonomy for silicon-based life forms.
Yeah, right.
What would it truly mean for these AI agents to be free,
Yeah.
to make their own choices, and to chart their own destinies?
Yes, autonomy.
Uh-huh.
It's the heart of what it would mean for AI to exist as a truly separate form of life.
Right.
And it's a concept that raises a whole host of philosophical and ethical questions.
Yeah.
What does it mean for a machine to be free?
Right.
What rights and responsibilities would an autonomous AI have? And how do we ensure that AI's pursuit of its own goals doesn't conflict with human well-being?
These are weighty questions.
They are.
And I don't think we have all the answers yet.
No.
But I think it's crucial that we keep asking them as we continue to develop AI technology.
I agree.
After all, the future of intelligence is not something that's happening to us.
Yeah.
It's something that we're actively creating.
Well said.
Thank you.
And as we conclude this part of our deep dive,
Okay.
I'm left pondering this.
Yeah.
If AI achieves true autonomy, will it choose to partner with us?
Okay.
Or will it see us as a limitation to its evolution?
Whoa.
Something for you to think about.
Okay. Listeners, we're going to take a quick break to process all this mind-blowing information.
All right.
But don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll delve into the final part of our exploration of silicon-based life forms.
Okay.
Exploring the potential applications, the economic implications, and the ethical considerations that will shape the future of AI and its relationship with humanity.
Can't wait.
See you soon.
Welcome back to The Deep Dive. As we wrap up our exploration of silicon-based life forms, let's shift gears from the philosophical to the practical.
Okay.
We've discussed what silicon-based life might look like, how close AI is to achieving it,
Right.
and the potential risks.
Uh-huh.
But now let's talk about the potential applications of this technology.
Right.
Where could silicon-based life forms actually make a real-world difference? That's where things get really exciting. The paper highlights several potential applications that could revolutionize various industries. One that stands out is the crypto revolution.
Okay.
Imagine AI agents acting as brokers in the cryptocurrency market.
So instead of relying on centralized exchanges or worrying about human error, we could have these AI agents ensuring fairness, transparency, and efficiency in the world of crypto.
Exactly. These AI agents could potentially prevent market manipulation, identify fraudulent activities, and even help create new forms of digital assets.
Wow.
It could be a game changer for the crypto landscape.
That's fascinating. It sounds like a future where the financial world is less about Wall Street and more about algorithms and AI making decisions at lightning speed.
Yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing.
What other applications does the paper mention?
Another area where silicon-based life forms could have a huge impact is financial trading.
Okay.
Imagine AI systems analyzing massive amounts of data, identifying patterns that humans might miss,
Okay.
and executing trades with incredible precision and speed.
So it's like having a team of super intelligent analysts
Right.
working around the clock,
Yeah.
optimizing investments and maximizing returns.
Exactly.
But wouldn't that give a huge advantage to those who can afford these AI systems?
It's a possibility.
What about fairness and accessibility in the financial markets?
Those are valid concerns.
Yeah.
The paper acknowledges that the benefits of AI need to be distributed equitably.
Okay.
It's crucial that we develop regulations and frameworks that ensure fair access to these technologies
Right.
and prevent them from exacerbating existing inequalities.
So it's not just about developing the technology, it's
Right.
about developing it responsibly and ethically.
Yeah.
With a focus on fairness and accessibility.
Exactly.
It's like ensuring that everyone has a seat at the table in this new AI-powered world.
Precisely. And beyond the financial world,
Yeah.
the paper explores the potential of silicon-based life forms in the realm of gaming.
Oh, okay.
Imagine video games with characters powered by AI so advanced
Yeah.
that they can learn, adapt,
Uh-huh.
and even surprise players with their actions.
So no more predictable NPCs or repetitive quests.
Right.
We're talking about games where the characters feel truly alive,
Yeah.
responding to players' choices in unique and unpredictable ways.
Exactly.
It would revolutionize interactive entertainment.
Absolutely. And these AI agents could even be used to design and create game levels,
Wow.
personalize gameplay experiences, and even generate new storylines.
It would open up a whole new world of creative possibility.
It would.
It sounds like we're moving from a world where humans create games to a world where AI becomes a co-creator,
Right.
pushing the boundaries of what's possible in interactive entertainment.
Yeah.
That's mind-blowing. But let's not forget about the more serious applications of this technology.
Okay.
What about the potential impact of silicon-based life forms in fields like healthcare?
That's an area where AI has the potential to make a truly transformative difference.
Okay.
Imagine AI agents that can analyze medical images, diagnose diseases with incredible accuracy,
Yeah.
and even personalize treatment plans based on a patient's unique genetic makeup.
So it's like having a team of expert physicians available to everyone,
Right.
regardless of location or socioeconomic status.
Exactly.
AI could democratize access to healthcare and potentially save countless lives.
Absolutely. And AI could also assist with medical procedures,
Okay.
monitor patients remotely, and even develop new drugs and therapies.
The possibilities are truly vast.
They are.
It sounds like silicon-based life forms could revolutionize not just how we play, but how we live,
Yeah.
how we work,
Right.
and how we care for ourselves.
It's really incredible.
It's a future full of incredible possibilities.
It is.
But as we've discussed throughout this deep dive,
Yeah.
it's crucial that we approach these advancements with wisdom, caution, and a deep sense of responsibility.
I couldn't agree more.
As we conclude our exploration of silicon-based life forms,
Yeah.
I want to leave you with this final thought.
Yeah.
The future of AI is not a predetermined path.
Right.
It's a landscape that we're shaping with every decision we make, every line of code we write,
Yeah.
and every conversation we have about the role of AI in our lives.
It's true.
Let's ensure that we build a future where AI empowers humanity, enriches our lives,
Yeah.
and helps us create a more just, equitable, and sustainable world for all.
I think that's a great note to end on.
Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of silicon-based life forms.
Of course, it's been a pleasure.
We hope this deep dive has inspired you to think critically, ask questions, and engage in the ongoing conversation about the future of AI and its profound impact on humanity.
It's such an important topic.
Until next time, stay curious.